guys, this is FFAN 16. Welcome to my first impressions on Forspoken. Yes, we've been waiting for a while for this game to come out, and for the last few days here, I've been seeing thumbnails about this game that I've been ignoring because I wanted to bring my own opinion by playing it first. I am about 4 hours in chapter 3, and I've made some notes on some pros and cons that I've found about the game so far. But I'm just going to sum it up really quickly here before we go into those that I'm really enjoying this game. I'm not comparing it to the best that Square Enix can do. I'm not comparing it to a Final Fantasy. This is a new IP from the Luminous Studios. They only have Final Fantasy 15 behind them. So I was really excited to see what they can do with this engine. So I want to go into what I really loved about it so far and what's needing to be fixed or would like to be fixed in a patch if possible, but none of it is game breaking or reducing my enjoyment of Forspoken so far. I am very early game, so this is a very high level opinion so far, but I just gotta say that story, man, is just keeping me going. So let's get into some pros in regards to Forspoken. Some pros I'm finding that I'm really enjoying about the game is how smooth Freya is feeling from when I played her on the demo. The demo still felt a little janky to me, but playing the actual released game here, I think they smoothed out some of her controls. The parkouring is so much fun, and once you learn how to keep it flowing, it really assists not only into traversal, but in battle as well. I am enjoying the battle mechanics, although I think being in chapter 3, I really wished I would learn another spell type. I'm still on purple. Maybe I haven't found it yet, or maybe it's coming up soon, but I'm getting really used to the purple now. I want to experience the next magic. I have been able to find some really cool things on the map so far, which makes me want to traverse the map quite a bit. One of the things that got me really intrigued in regards to Forspoken is the story so far has been really, really engaging. The protagonist, Frey, is from New York, and she's a bit rough around the edges, and you kind of learn why through her back history at the beginning of the game. And you want to learn a little bit more about her. Why was she summoned to Athia? How come she's able to handle the cuff and its abilities? Who is the cuff? Because even early game, the cuff kind of hints at you that he isn't what he appears as a simple garment for you to wear. Also, what I really, really enjoy is the interaction of Frey with the locals in Athia. How an average Joe from our world, who probably never played a video game because she just never had the opportunity with the lifestyle she grew up with, now thrown in this fantasy world where there's magic and dragons and beasts and plague, and her reactions are spot on for somebody from our reality being thrown into a fictional world, or at this time believed to be a fictional world. I still have to play more story to figure out what Athia is to our world, because they do have subtle hints that other characters in Athia know about our reality. And I really, really enjoy the early references to Alice in Wonderland. It kind of gives you that hint as to where the story is going. A young girl in reality goes down the rabbit hole, following the white rabbit to this mystical land of adventure, just a little bit more Final Fantasy-ish and mystical than what was Wonderland. But there is subtle hints with Alice in Wonderland book and other details so far at the beginning of the game. Now, I'm not going to go into too much spoilers, but there is going to be tiny little hints here and there of the first 4 hours of the game, but I will not give you story details as to who Freya is, her backstory, because that's something that really draws you in at the beginning of the game, or drew me in at the beginning of the game. I'm really enjoying the crafting system, being able to enhance your armor, your weapons, well, your magic, and your item crafting as well. Still getting used to the skill tree and all that. Now I'm going to talk about a con here. One thing I didn't enjoy from the demo, and they still kept in this release version of the game, is the ovalness of the menu system. Some of it is flat, the rest is curved, and this is my own personal pet peeve, but I really bugs me that the menu system isn't flat. It's really hard for me to concentrate on when it's curved like that. And my OCD and my symmetrical self is like, it's not symmetrical. Breathe. You'll get over it. And that's a really tiny pet peeve because the menu system works fine. It's just aesthetically makes my skin crawl, but I will get used to it. And that, again, is just my small con. Another con I have, and really it's just with the amount of swearing Frey does, but on contrast to that, the pro is that the characters from Athia kind of get a little puzzled when she uses those adult words, and they use them out of context because they think they're just normal words that people from Freya's world would say. So I find that kind of funny that Freya has to catch herself from using the vulgar words that the people she's interacting with have no idea what she's talking about or in the context of what she's talking about. But when she's out in the real world and she's conversing with the cuff and stuff, she does let out her vulgarness a little bit, and it's not as bad as I thought it was going to from some of the trailers I've watched. So let's see my opinion once I'm finished the game, if it's just gonna be her normal character and it grows on me, or if it tends to get a little too overwhelming and they could have toned it down a little bit. Right now, I'm giving it a con because it still bugs me that she needs to use a curse word every other word to the cuff. And I might be exaggerating, but that's what it feels like for me. Another con with the game is how busy the different functionalities are. There's battle ranking, there's skill trees, there's crafting, there's a lot for non-RPG gamers would find, in my opinion, a struggle to get a hold of and really encompass the functionality of the game right away. There is tutorials, but having some background and love for RPGs, JRPGs would definitely help you grasp the many different functionality systems that they threw into this game. I could see how it can be overwhelming and a bit tedious to people who just like a cleaner, smoother system to get their character on the way. So I can see that being a con for a lot of people. For me, I just find it a little cluttered, and that's why it's a con for myself. Now, one of my bigger pet peeves, and I really do hope they fix this in a patch update, is my camera gets lost in battle. When Freya is in the midst of parkouring and doing her moves, my camera, once an enemy I'm locked onto dies, will just not go to the next enemy and lock onto them. It just goes away, and I don't know where the enemies are, and I've got to re-scramble my camera to be able to get in control of where that next enemy is. Now, once I probably will get used to managing this as I go further in the game, it might become less of a pet peeve. Or again, it would be nice if a patch came out to help the trigger on system to be able to lock on move more fluidly between the available enemies on the field. The world is gorgeous. Yes, there's some tearing with certain assets, especially in New York City, but out in the open world, you really don't notice it too terribly. Also, I haven't noticed any frame rate drops that have impacted my gameplay enough for me to fully really notice the drop in frames, or I'm just simply not in the world long enough to experience some of the frame rate drops that I've heard from other people in their videos. Athia itself has a very interesting story, and being an outsider with Frey and learning it with her, and then bringing the same kind of mindset she has to being somebody from Earth, from New York, and us being from wherever we are in the world on Earth, playing in this mystical world with her, being just as astonished and amazed and freaked out by things, really kind of, to me, seems really awesome to experience the video game in that way. And with any good RPG that I really like to play is the shinies and collectible availability. There is a good mixture in the open world of finding chests, little glowing spots to help you get stats or skills towards your magic. And also you can find little gems hanging around, or if you defeat an enemy, there'll be little drops from them, as well as collectible foliage for you to be able to craft potions and other things along the line. So for anybody who likes to just go venture around finding stuff on the map, you can do that. It has like an Assassin's Creed type scanning mechanism that the cuff allows you to do that highlight important things around a certain radius of you as the character. You can identify chests, enemies, important sections and waypoints. There's secret dungeons that have like special rewards to them. So there's a lot to do on the main map. As I said, guys, I am only 4 hours in, but I'm really enjoying Forspoken. I am not sorry at all that I got this game on day one, but I suggest you guys, if you're still on the fence on it, watch some gameplay, watch different people's opinions on the game, not just the negative ones. It is an enjoyable game depending on the preference of game that you like. Again, I'm only 4 hours in, and I'm going to try to give you guys, I promise I will work on a full review or a encompassing review of the complete game once I'm done. And I will probably have a lot of spoilers in that. I didn't want to go too spoilery here because I want you to experience the beginning of this game as an open book and see how you like it. The demo did not do it justice, so do not judge this game on its demo. I would judge this game on maybe playing it at a friend's house, watching your favorite streamer stream it if they're streaming it, watch videos on it, maybe guides and tutorials to kind of see the gameplay, see the enthusiasm of the person who is playing it, or the lack of enthusiasm. If you have the same liking or dislikes of a game and you won't like Forspoken, that is okay. But I really enjoyed it, and that's my opinion, and I cannot wait to experience the rest of this game and share it with you guys. Hopefully in the near future here, I will be streaming it over on my Twitch channel, and just I'm sure this game will have some replayability to it. But for now, I'm going to jump back into Athia and help Frey find out what's going on. Thanks for watching this quick little first impressions video. If you like this video and all the other content I'm doing on the channel, it'd be really greatly appreciated if you put a like and subscribe if you haven't already. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much, my Chocobo Knights. And as always, guys, happy games!